Good morning. My name's Hazel Conley and I'm a member of Richhill Methodist Church. This week in our series on the fruit of the Spirit, we are thinking about self-control. When it comes to self-control, we all probably wish we had more of it. New Year's resolutions are made, but often we find them very hard to keep. Even by the end of January, we have given up. If we decide to give up something for Lent, strangely that becomes the very thing we start to desire most of all. Or maybe we go on a diet, but keeping it requires so much effort that we often reward ourselves with little treats. Bad habits we want to be rid of, or traits of character that we want to change, seem to be so deeply embedded and resistant when we confront them. And even when we think we've won the battle, these things pop up again and may well make us feel that we're just too weak and that the battle is hopeless. How do we learn to say no when we'd rather say yes? Or equally, how do we learn to say yes when laziness or even an inner disobedience makes us want to make excuses and just say no? Why do temptations so often seem to gain the upper hand, and why do we fail in the time of testing? The Apostle Paul wrestles with the very same weaknesses that we experience. In Romans 15, Paul is talking about obeying the law, but actually the same principles apply to all that we've been thinking about. And I'm reading from the Message. What I don't understand about myself is that I decide one way, but then act another, doing things I absolutely despise. In the end, Paul thanks God for the grace God displays to him through Jesus Christ our Lord. Self-control is the fruit of God's Holy Spirit, and is therefore an aspect of the work God is doing and wants to do in you and me and all his people. We are told in Hebrews 4, verse 15, that Jesus has been tested in every way as we are, yet was without sin or failure. Therefore, he knows, he cares, and he understands. That is why Paul is also able to write in Philippians 4, verse 13, as he faced challenging circumstances, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. I wonder in all of this if we don't perhaps look at it the wrong way round. Our starting point tends to be the place of our weaknesses, and then we try to get stronger. However, what might happen if we started from the place of God's strength with the power of his Holy Spirit at work in us, and in prayer and with God's help applied his strength to our weaknesses? After all, we are told in 1 John 4, the one who is in us is greater than the one who is in the world. There's a verse in an old Salvation Army hymn that some of you may know. I'll go in the strength of the Lord to the conflicts which faith will require. His grace is my shield and reward, my courage and zeal to inspire. With God's help, we can. Thank you for listening and have a good day.